If I had to wear a T-shirt every day for 1 year and it had one word on it, guess what that word would be? Transformation. I think transformation is one of the most important things in our life. It has been my personal transformation and journey through life that has placed me where I am before you today. It has not been an easy road to sit behind this computer and speak to you on this radio show or the replay, the podcast that you're listening to. Why? Because throughout my journey, I face a lot of things that seem contrary to that which God spoke to me concerning my life. And if I hadn't went through a lot of those things or went through all of those things, and I'm going to tell you, I'm a person that believes that and listen to what I'm saying, because I know some of you out there, you're living with regrets. And you have to begin to let those regrets go. I don't even care what you did, what mistakes you made. You have to understand that each mistake that you made connected you to purpose. Even though it may not have looked like it at that time. The Bible says very clear that all things work together for the good. Now, it does not say that all things are good. And that's the reality of it. Everything that happens to us is not going to be good. Why? Because sometimes we need some fortitude built, we need character developed, and sometimes we can be a little hard-headed. I know I can. I have my hand raised now. Why? Because I'm not one that learns lessons the easy way. Sometimes there were things that people wanted to prevent me from experiencing that I only learned my lesson from experiencing. But guess what? It all wrapped up together, mixed together for the sake of purpose. And because I went through those things, because I endured those things, because I didn't get stuck, and there was times I was stuck, hence my book, From Stagnation to Transformation. I was stuck in ideology, theology, psychology that had me believing that I would never accomplish any of the goals that I had set out. Why? Because I constantly was beating myself up for decisions that I had made that made me look bad before people. And I want to encourage you. We're still talking about the word transformation across my chest. And I might get some shirts made with that right on there, because I want you to understand that in your life purpose, as God is transforming you and you are developing and maturing, one of the things you are going to have to overcome is the thoughts, ideas, and opinions of others as it relates to your purpose. Now, I'm not telling you to be stubborn. Well, you can be stubborn in a positive manner, but I'm not telling you to resist mentors and your parents and different things like that, but I am telling you that there will be times that you are given instructions, there will be times that you are given suggestions and advice, but inside of you there is a greater call for purpose, and that purpose is telling you, I know that worked for them, but it may not work for you. And that's why I encourage mentors as well, that we not be so stuck in our boxes, because sometimes we are giving advice to people based upon what we've experienced and the steps that we've taken and the path that we are charting out. And sometimes what we have to begin to do is to step out of our own boxes and our own limitations and begin to give advice to those that's not prejudiced concerning some of the things that we've experienced and some of the fears that we have and the apprehensions that we have and all of those great things, all right? Again, if you have any questions, you want to call in with a comment, if you're being, this is blessing you. What we're talking about is a blessing to you. You can call in at 516-387-1756. Again, 516-387-1756. I thank you for tuning in on a Friday night at that. Here we go. What is your favorite food? Pizza and French fries. I could eat pizza and French fries every day, even though that's not a very healthy choice. All right? The French fries have me where I am right now. All right. What is your relationship status? I laugh when I got this question. All right. So here's my relationship status. I am divorced. I've been divorced now for about 2 years, and I am single. I am not seeing anyone. I am not talking to anyone. So I am a single black gay man. All right? Let's keep going. All right, sorry, I dropped the paper. Who or what motivates and inspires you? All right, I'm going to stay on this question for a little bit because when I think of motivation and I think of inspiration, okay, here we go. I do not call myself a motivational speaker. I call myself an inspirational speaker. Here's why. Because I believe that when we find motivation externally, it only lasts for a moment. And we're constantly looking for something else to motivate us. It is my personal belief that we must learn to find that motivation within us. And when we find that motivation within us by connecting to the essence of our purpose or the essence of our creation or connecting to the greater self that's within us, then that inspiration is everlasting. And now as far as with motivation, that motivation is everlasting. I'm sorry. Motivation from within, inspiration from without. Now, as far as inspiration, I believe that there are people that can inspire us, whether it is our personal experience with them. Now we have social media, so therefore you can watch people that are influencers, and you can be inspired by their story. You can be inspired by their life. You can be inspired by their gesture. You can be inspired by their work, whatever it is. But I believe that your motivation should come from within. Why? Because it will last forever. You'll constantly be motivated, and you'll be inspired on top of that, and those two will begin to spark a fire that, will just continue to draw and connect you with your purpose. So motivation, I'm my own motivation. There's a positive and negative to that at times because sometimes I don't always connect with the essence of who I am. Sometimes I allow external things. Sometimes I allow things from my past. Sometimes I just get lazy concerning my purpose. Sometimes I get frustrated when things don't look the way that they were promised to me. And when I say promise, I'm talking about when the things that God has promised me, or when I don't get the results that I feel that I should have gotten because of the work that I put in. So there's a positive and negative there, but I can say that I've seen more growth with me, more maturity with me, and more connection with the essence of who I am to understand that I am greater than my successes. I'm greater than my failures as well. So that has helped motivate me to continue on in my purpose. Now, who inspires me? I had the privilege of working with children since the age of 19. Again, I'm 39 now, so 20 years. I've worked in the nonprofit sector as a program director. I've worked in the school system, in the classroom, and in the behavior department with children that were considered to have behavior problems or special needs. They inspire me. They honestly inspire me, and the reason why many of them inspire me is there are students to this day that I'm still connected with, and they will contact me and say, Mr. Pettyjohn, some call me Mr. Cliff, just want to let you know you taught me this 15 years ago, 20 years ago, and I want you to know I'm making this thing happen. You worked with me when I didn't have a father, and now I'm working with kids that don't have a father. That inspires me, the fact that they are working to be greater than I am. I believe that each generation should advance further than the generation before that generation. So they inspire me. There are people that I watch on a daily